Hi, first graders. Today we're going to talk about singular and plural nouns and verbs. So the word singular means one. Single is one. Plural means more than one. Because when we write, if the noun is singular, the verb has to be plural. So remember, the noun is the naming part of the sentence. It's the person, place, thing, or animal we're writing about. And the verb is the action. It tells us what happens. So let's read some sentences together, and then we're going to decide if the verb should be singular or plural based on the noun. So if the verb becomes plural, all it means is we have to add an S to it. All right, I think you'll get it once we practice a few. All right, go ahead and read the sentence with me. He, and then I, so he is the noun, and then the verb is here. I wrote the verb in black. He sees a frog. So the noun is he, it's just one person, so it's what's called singular. So if the noun is singular, the verb has to become plural. So we can try that out just to check ourselves. We can try reading it both ways and see which one makes sense. He see a frog, or he sees a frog. Which do you think makes sense? It's got to be sees, because the noun is singular, so we've got to make the verb plural, which just means we add an S to it. When you write, read it back to yourself and think, oh, do I need an S on that verb? Which makes sense. That's what good readers and writers do. All right, let's try the next one. Sam goes to the school. So Sam is our noun, and Sam is just one person, so that's a singular noun, so the verb becomes plural. We wouldn't say Sam go to the school, we would say Sam goes to the school. So we changed go, our verb go, that tells us what Sam's doing, becomes goes. All right, let's try the next one. The man chop or chops the tree. The man, it's a singular noun, there's just one person. So the verb has to be plural, so we want chops, we need chop with an S on the end. The man chops the tree. That makes more sense. On your lesson today, you have a sentence at the top where you're going to make the verb stop plural, because the noun is the boy. The boy stopped the workers, or the boy stops the workers. Which makes sense? It would be stops, because our noun is singular, so our verb stop has to become plural. It has to become stops. And then on the bottom it says, think about what might happen after the family tree ends. Write a story about what happens. So the family tree was our story that I read yesterday. And if you remember, let's just flip back and review what happened a little bit. If you remember, there is this little boy, and he played with this in this tree that his great-great-grandfather planted. And these workers came and they wanted to chop it down to build a road. And he says, stop. And then he said, help soon arrived, and it was the animals. And then, if you remember at the very end, they didn't chop down that tree. They built a road that went around the tree. And then it just ended. The story ended kind of abruptly, which means it ended kind of suddenly. The last page, all it says is good dog, and there's trucks going around the tree. So it doesn't really tell us anymore. So you get to make up your own ending. It's like a choose your own adventure. You can decide if the boy builds a tree house in the tree. You can decide if he helps other people save their trees when they're going to get chopped down. You write an ending for that story and make it what you want to be. Okay, the other thing we're going to talk about today is we're going to practice compound words again. If you remember, compound words is one word that is made of two smaller words. And I told you last time, chunky monkey those words. Look for the chunks. Read the first chunk and then the second chunk and then put them together. And you can cover them up. You can cover up the second chunk when you read the first one, or you can draw a line down the middle, whatever helps you break that big word into smaller parts so you can read it. So the first one, I drew a line in between the chunks. The first chunk is in, and then we have side, side, inside. Put it together, inside. Next one, I'm going to cover it up. First chunk, sun. Second chunk, sh, remember it says shine. Sunshine, sunshine. Okay, we're gonna go here. First chunk, back. Second chunk, pack, backpack. Next word starts with the same beginning as this one. Sun. Second chunk, block. Sunblock. That's another word for sunscreen. Okay, next one. I'm going to cover up that second chunk. That's a sight word. O-U-T. That's out. And then second chunk, side. Outside. Next one, we have and then E-double-E that says tree. Treetops. Okay, last one. Oh, my S got erased a little bit, but it was sun. Second chunk, set. Put it together, sunset. The word is sunset. The story you're going to read today, The Decodable, has a lot of those compound words we just practiced. It is called Inside and Outside. So use your tools to help you read those bigger words. Cover part up, break it apart into smaller chunks. You got this.